गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज के लेक्चर में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट द आर एंड एस नॉमेनक्लेचर इन ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव कंपाउंड्स. Everybody have heard the term that when we say that the compound is optically active, it rotates the plane polarized light. Is it clear? या तो clockwise direction में or it is in the anti-clockwise direction. Accordingly, we call such compounds to be texorotatory or lyorotatory compounds. Is it clear? Now, today we will be focusing on the RS configuration in optical active compound, presuming that सबको ये बात पता है कि chiral carbon की presence अगर होती है, it means if all the four groups are bonded to a particular carbon atom are all different, then the compound is said to be optically active. It means it will be having a chiral center. So let us understand this thing, that how we assign the R and S nomenclature. In the Fisher projection, if I consider a compound, let's say FClBri, you know that this carbon is a chiral carbon. ये carbon क्या होगा? Chiral carbon होगा. Why? Because all the four groups which are bonded to this particular carbon are all different. अगर हमें ये डिफाइन करना है कि ये R कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है या S कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, so there are certain steps that we have to follow. Is it clear? हम कुछ स्टेप्स डिस्कस करेंगे कि हम किस तरह से R और S कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को डिफाइन करते हैं, जिसमें पहला स्टेप जो है that is we say that whatever the groups atoms that are bonded to the chiral carbon, what we do, we assign the priority to all the groups. The priority is decided on the basis of the sequence rules, which we also discussed in case of geometrical isomerism. The first point in the sequence rule was the priority is decided on the basis of atomic number. Considering all these atoms which are bonded to the chiral carbon, we can say this thing that highest atomic number is possessed by iodine. So it will be given the highest priority. I have assigned it as the first number. Followed by the second is Br. The third one is that of chloro. And the least priority group is the fluoro group. What I have done, I have assigned the priority to the different groups that are bonded to the chiral carbon. Is it clear? Now, the second point says, the second point in assigning the R and S configuration is that हम यहाँ पर what we will be doing, जो lowest priority group है, that is the fluoro group, we have to keep that group away from us. Keeping away from us means that it has to be at the bottommost position of the Fisher projection. So bringing this fluoro group to the bottommost part of the Fisher projection will involve this interchange where iodine will come over here and fluorine will come over here. But performing odd number of interchanges will change the configuration of the molecule. So what we have to do extra, I have to change the configuration of this chloro and the bromo group also. हम क्लोरो ग्रुप और ब्रोमो ग्रुप की पोजीशन को भी क्या कर देंगे, इंटरचेंज कर देंगे, तभी मॉलिक्यूल will remain same, its identity will be retained, and in this case I can say that this structure is equivalent to, it is equivalent to, fluoro group has come over here, iodo group is over here, here it is the Br group and here it is the chloro group. Clear? What I want to say that whatever this structure is, it is identical to this one, but our main focus will be on this structure. Why? Because here the fluoro group is at the bottommost position of the Fisher projection. Now we already know this thing, this is highest, this is second highest and this is the third highest. Once we bring the lowest priority group at the bottommost position of the Fisher projection, after that we just have to see the other group sequence. When our eyes moves in a clockwise direction, that is from first to second to third, it is moving in the clockwise direction, the optically active isomer is assigned R configuration. R means rectus. Rectus means right. Is this thing clear? So I can say one thing, that this is an optically active compound having the R configuration. If suppose I take the mirror image of this particular molecule, what we will be getting over here? It is Cl, this is I, this is Br, and this is F. Is it clear? So what I have done over here, I have formed the mirror image of this, and assigning the priorities, this is first, this is second, and this is the third one. So we say that our eyes are now moving in the anti-clockwise direction. So it is assigned S configuration. S stands for sinister, means left. Is it clear? I can say that this molecule, the first molecule, and its mirror image, which is definitely non-superimposable mirror image of it, is said to be, they are said to be enantiomers. इनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Enantiomers. Enantiomers की सारी properties, all the physical and the chemical properties like boiling point, melting point, solubility, chemical reactions, chemical properties, they all will be same. But they will be differing only in one aspect, and that is the action on the plane polarized light. If it is rotating the plane polarized light in the right hand side, it is rotating in the left hand side. That means they are enantiomers. But one thing should be very much clear, that this R and S configuration is actually not signifying this thing, that they will rotate the plane polarized light in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction respectively. It is incorrect to say this thing. I can say only one thing, that if this rotate the plane polarized light to the clockwise direction, this will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. If this is rotating in the anti-clockwise, this will be rotating in the clockwise direction. There is no mean by just knowing the configuration that I can predict that the molecule is rotating the plane polarized light in the clockwise or in the anti-clockwise direction. Is that thing clear? So we say that they are enantiomer, they are showing the property of enantiomerism. They have the relationship called as enantiomeric relationship that is present in these two molecules. So non-superimposable mirror images are there, and they are said to be what kind of molecule? They are said to be enantiomers. Is it clear? In this case, if we analyze this case by considering an example, that is, suppose I am having hydrogen atom, bromine atom, chlorine atom, and fluorine atom. I have placed the hydrogen atom on the left hand side. If I assign the priorities, I will definitely say on the basis of atomic number, I will say Br is having the higher priority. Second is of Cl, third is of fluorine, and this is hydrogen atom. I have prepared the model for this. Consider this molecule. This is a tetrahedral carbon atom, and in this tetrahedral carbon atom, this is the hydrogen atom, this is the iodine atom, this is the bromine atom, and this is chlorine atom. This is indicating the tetrahedral carbon bonded to 4 other atoms, that is indicated according to as per this Fischer projection. I have already told you, in order to predict R and S configuration, what I have to do, I have to bring the lowest priority group. In this case, it is hydrogen atom at the bottommost position. If I tend to bring it at the bottommost position over here, what it will be giving the answer as? Hydrogen, fluorine. This will be chlorine and this is bromine. I have done it in the same way as I have done the previous case. I have performed even number of interchanges. Performing 2, 4, 6, 8 interchanges will retain the identity of the molecule, but if it is undergoing the odd number of interchanges, I'll say it will give you a different molecule that will defeat our purpose. We are to determine the configuration of this molecule. See, it's very simple now for you to determine on the basis of the point which I have told you, that sequence rule का मैंने first point discuss किया है क्या, कि atomic number of the bonded atom to the chiral carbon will be deciding the priority. So in this case, I can say one thing, that hydrogen is the lowest priority group, and if I check my eyes moving from highest to second to third highest group, it is moving in which direction? It is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Checking the mirror image of the compound, it will be Br fluorine. It is Cl and this is H. So definitely highest, second, third. This is our configuration. I was telling you through the model that if I consider this molecule, clear? This is iodine, this red one is the orange one is the bromine, green one is chlorine, and this one is hydrogen atom. Clear? If you check the priority of all these groups that are bonded over here, I can say that iodine will be having the highest priority, followed by bromine, followed by chlorine, and hydrogen atom will be having the least priority. Is it clear? So if I have to assign the configuration, whether it is R or S configuration, I am saying that the hydrogen atom which is having the lowest priority should be kept away from the viewer. So if it is kept away from the viewer, so what I will be doing, I will not be doing like this, will not be doing like this, I will be doing like this. Hydrogen atom is kept away from the viewer. So if it is kept away from the viewer, you can check in this case what configuration it is having. What configuration it is having? Iodine, bromine, chlorine. So if we move in this direction, our eyes are moving in this direction. So it is assigning the R configuration. What configuration it is having? R. Iodine to bromine to chlorine. So this configuration will be the R configuration. What I have done, I have taken the mirror image of this molecule. This is the mirror image of the molecule. You can check this thing, that this is the mirror image of the molecule, this one. And if I consider this and tend to analyze the configuration of this molecule, again the four groups are same, and that is definitely the mirror image of that compound. Hydrogen atom is least priority group. I'll kept away from us. I'm keeping it like this. So if it is kept away from us, keeping away from us means bringing it at the bottommost position of the Fisher projection. So if I check my eyes moving direction, it is bromine, it is iodine, and this is chlorine. So what I'll say, it is iodine, bromine, and chlorine. This will be the sequence. And if this will be the sequence, it is what configuration it will be assigned? It is assigned S configuration. So what I can say that in this case, I can say that these two molecules are the non-superimposable mirror images of each other. Hence, they are said to be optically active isomers. If this is S, this was R. Both are enantiomers. Both have same properties. Both have same physical and chemical properties. They are differing only with respect to their action on plane polarized light. Is it clear? So, in assigning the R and S configuration, I have told you that if the lowest priority group is at the bottommost position, it is fine. I will check the sequence of the other groups. But if it is present on the left hand side or on the right hand side, what I will be doing, I will perform or even number of interchanges so that the lowest priority group come at the bottommost position, that is away from us. The second thing is, if suppose it happens if I keep I'm taking another example, check everybody. This is deuterium, this is hydrogen atom, this is methyl, and this is OH group. If I have to assign the configuration of this molecule, what I will be doing, the first thing is assigning the R and S configuration will involve, the first step is assigning of priorities of the different groups. Assigning the priority to the different group will be governed by the basic sequence rules. which we follow in the geometrical isomerism also. That is, first point was in the sequence rules that we check the atomic number of the atom bonded to the chiral carbon. If the atomic number is same, this is the second point. If the atomic number is same, we check the atomic masses. So check this thing. To this carbon, oxygen atom is bonded. So definitely it will be having the highest priority because oxygen is having the highest atomic number among all the atoms that are bonded to chiral carbon. Followed by the CH3, this is second. This is the third one and this is the fourth one. Between D and H, which has been assigned the higher priority? It is the deuterium atom that is assigned the higher priority. Clear? So why? Because they were having the same atomic number, but because of deuterium, the atomic mass was higher and therefore it was given the higher priority. So the lowest priority group is present at the topmost part of the Fisher projection. So what I do, again we do the same thing. This H and OH positions are interchanged. In the due course, I will also change D and CH3 पोजीशन ऑल्सो. अब हम देख सकते हैं यहां पर कि हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी ग्रुप जो था वो OH था, सेकंड हाईएस्ट जो था वो CH3 था, थर्ड जो था वो ड्यूटेरियम था. एंड इफ यू चेक आवर आईज मूवमेंट फ्रॉम द highest to second to third highest group priority, then I can say that it will be assigned the R configuration. Once I have decided the configuration of this molecule, I can form the mirror image of this compound. This is OH, this is CH3, this is D, this is H. So I can say कि ये क्या था R, तो definitely ये क्या होगा S. So they are enantiomers. Is it clear? So summarizing what we have discussed today is this thing that in order to understand the concept of enantiomerism, diastereomerism, mesoform, racemic form, we need to understand the R and S nomenclature. Clear? The questions are asked in JEE as well as JEE mains as well as in advance. So if I consider in this case, the first step, I told you assign the priorities. For assigning the priorities, you can refer to sequence rules. Although I have made clear two rules from the sequence rule, that is assign the priority higher to that which is having higher atomic number. If atomic number is higher, then we give the priority to the atomic mass. There are two more rules which I will be discussing in my next lecture, and where I will be considering those optically active compounds which are having more than one chiral carbon. Fine. The next thing is that once you assign the priorities to the different groups, you have to check the lowest priority group where it is present. There are three possibilities where it can be present. It can be present at the bottommost position, it can be present on the left or the right side of the Fisher projection, or it can be present at the topmost position. The third step is bring the lowest priority group at the bottommost position of the Fisher projection. When we do so, we keep in mind we can perform even number of interchanges, or number of interchanges are not allowed. So having done this, I can say one thing, that if our eyes moves, the last step is if our eyes move in the clockwise direction from highest to second to third highest, we assign it as R configuration. Otherwise, if it is in the anti-clockwise direction, we assign it as the S configuration. Is it clear? R and S configurations are indicating the enantiomeric relationship. It will help in better understanding of optical isomerism in those optically active compound having two or more than two chiral carbons, and we will be able to analyze the concept of optical isomerism more clearly after we understand the R and S configuration. Clear? Keep in mind the noted point was R does not signify the rotation of plane polarized light in the right direction. S does not signify the rotation of plane polarized light in the anti-clockwise direction. Whether a compound will be rotating the plane polarized light in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction will be determined experimentally only. Clear? So in the next class we will be discussing the optical isomerism in more detail, and we will try to complete this chapter in 2-3 classes. Thank you.